In a home built on secrets and shifting loyalties, one member of the Brown family has been overlooked. As the McMansion crumbles and Kody Brown's focus stays on protecting Robyn, a deeper fracture emerges, one nobody saw coming. While the loudest voices clash, truly the quietest has managed to escape the chaos. Or has she? When the silence finally breaks, will the emotional cost of Kody's favoritism come at a price too high to fix? Part 1. Truly Brown, born in 2010, is the youngest of Kody Brown's children with his third wife, Christine. For most of her life, she grew up as a shadow among a bustling, complicated family where relationships were constantly shifting. While her siblings battled it out for attention, Truly remained largely out of the drama. Unlike her older siblings, she wasn't as involved in the fierce dynamics between her parents, and certainly wasn't around for the early days of the polygamous family lifestyle, but that doesn't mean she wasn't affected, far from it. While the Brown children were all born into a controversial, often turbulent lifestyle, Truly was positioned at the tail end of it. She never had to experience the pain of seeing her mother question her place in the family. She missed the years of emotional turmoil that followed her siblings, particularly those older than her, who had to deal with the systemic misogyny present in their father's patriarchal beliefs. Truly, in a sense, hit the jackpot. She missed out on the chaotic sibling-filled experiences, the dramatic moments of family betrayal and dysfunction. But was that truly a blessing or a quiet curse? As Kody and Christine's relationship faced constant strain, the older children had to cope with emotional scars and difficult realities. They were exposed to Kody's alternating affection, Christine's struggle, and the complicated relationships between the other wives. Meanwhile, Truly's experience was vastly different. She was just a little girl, shielded by her mother's deep devotion to her. Yet, that shield may have kept her out of the turmoil, but not out of the emotional fallout. But despite her perceived immunity from the chaos, Truly was not untouched. As she grew older, she began to see things that no child should have to see: the unraveling of a family that had once promised unity. While cameras captured the family's biggest moments, some of the darkest moments remained hidden. For Truly, the truth about her family wasn't found in the public fights, but in the private betrayals. At an age when she should have been carefree, Truly witnessed her mother's struggle in ways that no child should have to. She wasn't old enough to understand fully, but she saw the tension, the disconnect. Despite being the youngest, Truly wasn't immune to the emotional cost of her mother's transformation. As Christine deconstructed her own beliefs about the family, Truly had to come to terms with the mother who was grappling with the idea of leaving the man who was supposed to be her partner. In a family built on layers of love, devotion, and turmoil, Truly was forced to confront a truth that many fans failed to acknowledge. The quiet, slow erosion of the family unit left her to navigate her identity in a sea of brokenness. Just when it seemed Truly was free from the complicated family drama, her own emotional evolution brought a shocking twist. At a point when most viewers assumed she was just the quiet one, Truly became an unlikely voice of reason. In an unexpected turn, Truly began to question the very dynamics she had once been shielded from. No longer just a passive observer, she began challenging her mother's choices and her relationship with Kody. The question is, could Truly's peace have been the calm before the storm? Was her journey truly one of escape? Or was it just the beginning of an internal conflict she had yet to fully voice? And then the backlash came. Fans who had watched Truly's quiet resilience now wondered whether she was quietly suffering. Many accused the family of neglecting Truly's emotional needs in favor of constant drama. Was her silence a sign of strength, or was it hiding a world of pain? the fans were divided. In the aftermath of the most recent season, Truly's newfound silence became the loudest statement of all. Was she truly a victim of her family's dysfunction? Or was she the one who stood strong when no one else could? Fans are left asking questions they never thought to ask before, and Truly's response is yet to be fully understood. What do you think? Was Truly blessed to miss out on the family chaos? Or did she bear an unseen burden? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Part 2. The McMansion was supposed to be the dream home that symbolized a new chapter for the Brown family, a place where they could all finally settle together. But over time, this dream has started to crumble. Viewers have seen the house's slow deterioration, with leaks and structural issues piling up. But what's truly enraging fans is Kody Brown's response, or rather, his lack of response. In the face of these mounting issues, Kody's priorities have come into question. While his wives, especially Christine and Janelle, have voiced their frustrations about the state of the home, Kody has often seemed more focused on his relationship with Robyn, his fourth wife. It's no secret that Robyn Brown holds a special place in Kody's heart, but fans have been quick to point out that this favoritism might be clouding his judgment when it comes to the family's well-being. And it's not just the emotional support that seems imbalanced. Fans argue that Kody's resource allocation is also heavily skewed in Robyn's favor. While the other wives are left to fend for themselves, Robyn seems to be safely kept, receiving the lion's share of Kody's time and attention. And when it comes to the house repairs, Kody's priorities are clear. Robyn's comfort comes first. In one memorable moment, Kody promised to ensure that Robyn's living space was in perfect condition, while other parts of the house, like the leaking roof, went ignored. It became clear to viewers that he wasn't just prioritizing Robyn's emotional needs, but also her physical comfort. But what happens when one person gets all the attention? The other wives start to feel the weight of Kody's neglect. Christine, Janelle, and even Mary, who have each sacrificed so much for the family, were now feeling left behind. The emotional toll of this imbalance was hard to ignore. As Kody continued to shower Robyn with care and affection, his other wives were forced to deal with both the crumbling house and the emotional fallout of being neglected. Christine's patience wore thin as she voiced her frustration, while Janelle, ever the quiet observer, began to grow distant. But it wasn't just the physical house falling apart. It was the emotional foundation of their family that was starting to crack. As the months went by, the financial burden of maintaining the McMansion grew heavier. Repairs became more frequent, yet Kody continued to pour time and resources into Robyn's personal needs, leaving little to address the family's more pressing concerns. Was this fair? Fans started to question whether Kody's choices were financially sound. Was he investing in the house to make it a true family home? Or was he using the finances to protect Robyn's space, leaving everyone else to fend for themselves? It became clear that something wasn't adding up. As the costs of maintaining a house that should have been a sanctuary skyrocketed, the resentment from the other wives grew. Was Kody making decisions with their best interests in mind, or was he turning a blind eye to their needs? Just when fans thought they had it all figured out, a twist emerged. Kody's behavior wasn't just about love or favoritism. There was something more at play. Could it be that his emotional investment in Robyn was actually a strategic move? In an unexpected revelation, Kody confessed that his intense focus on Robyn wasn't just about love. It was about securing the future of his family. Robyn, he said, was the last hope for keeping his family together. In his mind, protecting her was protecting the future of the family. But did his obsession with keeping Robyn happy come at the expense of his other wives? The twist left fans in disbelief. Was Kody's favoritism a genuine attempt to ensure his family's survival? Or was it a selfish choice that sacrificed the well-being of everyone else? As the season aired, the backlash from fans reached a fever pitch. Viewers were divided. Some supported Kody's choice to prioritize Robyn, while others saw it as blatant favoritism. The comments were flooded with questions. Is Kody the villain, or is he simply trying to hold his fractured family together in the best way he knows how? But one thing was clear. Kody had lost the trust of many fans. The emotional rift in the family was no longer just a private matter. It was an open wound that viewers could no longer ignore. What do you think? Was Kody's behavior justifiable, or was it the beginning of the end for the Brown family? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. It was supposed to be the ultimate dream home, spacious, grand, and designed for a family of their size. But what started as a new chapter for Kody and his wives quickly turned into a symbol of the dysfunction behind closed doors. The McMansion was meant to unite them, a place where they could all live together under one roof. But as the years passed, the house slowly became a metaphor for the family itself, overburdened, cracking at the seams, and filled with unmet promises. While Kody tried to maintain control over his large, ever-complicated family, the cracks in the house were impossible to ignore. Water leaks, broken windows, and neglected repairs were just the beginning. But despite the mounting issues, Kody seemed more focused on one thing: keeping Robyn happy and secure. The fans have long speculated, but now the truth is undeniable. Kody Brown's priorities have always been in question. His actions, especially when it came to the family home, have sparked fierce debates among fans. While his wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary, fought for his attention, it was clear that Robyn was the one who had his ear. And this wasn't just about emotional support. It was about resources, time, money, and even the future of their home. Kody keeping Robyn safely kept seemed to mean that the others were left in the dust. While the other wives expressed frustration over the deteriorating house, Kody reassured Robyn that her comfort was his priority. But what did this really mean for the rest of the family? And then there's Kody Brown, the youngest of Kody's children. While everyone else was fighting for attention and resources, Kody managed to remain in the background. But just because she was quiet didn't mean she wasn't paying attention. As the youngest, Kody missed out on the chaotic sibling experiences her older brothers and sisters faced. But this distance from the drama didn't shield her from the emotional cost of her family's unraveling. She watched as her mother, Christine, grappled with Kody's neglect and favoritism toward Robyn, and she witnessed the slow breakdown of the family she had once thought would stay together. Christine's emotional journey was shared with Kody, who could sense the tension, but perhaps didn't fully understand it. But as the years passed, Kody grew more aware of the fractures within the family, and her quiet observations would eventually lead her to question her own place in this complex dynamic. As the McMansion's issues worsened, the emotional divide between Kody and his wives became more apparent. While Robyn's space remained comfortable and secure, the others were forced to deal with broken windows, leaking ceilings, and neglected repairs. And Kody? He seemed more focused on Robyn's happiness than the deteriorating state of the house. Fans began to notice the imbalance. Was Kody's devotion to Robyn simply a sign of favoritism? Or was he trying to protect the one relationship that seemed to be his emotional anchor in an otherwise tumultuous family? With every leak that went unfixed, and every moment of Robyn being safely kept, the resentment from Christine, Janelle, and Mary grew. And slowly, The McMansion went from being a symbol of hope to a symbol of failure. But there's one twist nobody saw coming. While Kody's attention was consumed by Robyn and the house continued to fall apart, Truly's emotional journey took a turn. She had been silent for years, but now she began questioning everything. Was the safety Robyn received worth the emotional neglect everyone else experienced? In a rare moment of honesty, Truly revealed that the tension between her parents, Kody's favoritism, and the broken house had taken a toll on her. She might have been the youngest, but she was far from immune to the emotional impact of Kody's actions. And now, fans were left wondering, what would Truly do next? As the truth about Kody's favoritism and Truly's silent struggle comes to light, fans are left to wonder, will the Brown family ever recover from the fractures that have formed? Will Kody finally realize the damage he's caused? Or will he continue to focus on Robyn at the expense of everyone else? The emotional fallout from Kody's decisions is only beginning to surface. And while Truly may have stayed quiet for years, her story is one of silent strength, fighting to be seen in a family that failed to acknowledge her pain. What do you think about Kody's behavior? Is he justified in prioritizing Robyn's happiness? Or is he ignoring the needs of his other wives and children? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the sister wives world. You won't want to miss the next chapter of this emotional roller coaster.